Morning, KetoChristopher. I'm glad you're here. Thanks for sharing the journey with me, and would love to hear about your journey. Feel free to introduce yourself in the comments. Tell me about where you're at with things. It would be great to share this with somebody else. Let's jump into how things went for me yesterday. Hope you had a good day yesterday. All right, let's look first at breakfast. Standard breakfast: 4 eggs, 4 bacon, 2 tablespoons of cream, 507 calories, 4 grams of carbs. I pretty much got my breakfast on automatic pilot at this point. I went to get my burger out of the freezer to make lunch, and there were no burgers. Again, planning is so important. And when I fail to plan, I often fall short on my keto plan. So I went through a drive-through, went through Popeyes, 28 grams of carbs for 4 chicken thighs, 1040 in calories. Then I got the coleslaw, 12 grams of carbs, and 153 calories. So high carb, 40 grams of carb lunch, and then almost 1,200 calories as well. So a high calorie lunch. That got me off track on my carbs. Dinner, I recovered. I'm happy with this dinner. 8 grams of carbs. I had 4 eggs, about 3.5 ounces of Colby Jack cheese, about a eighth a cup of chopped white onions, about 3.5 ounces of avocado, 2 slices of bacon, grand total of about 1,000 calories, only 8 grams of carbs. I'm really happy with that. And so I came in at 2,728 calories. So a little high. Where I'd like to be coming at a perfect day for me would be, my standard breakfast, 1,000 calories for lunch, 1,000 calories for dinner. That would put me at 2,500. And then on most days, I do 30 minutes of exercise. So that would bring me right down to 2,200 calories. I may need to bring that calorie number down at some point. But for right now, if I can hit my carb goal and net calories are 2,200, I'm happy with that. Where I ended up yesterday was 51 net carbs. That was 22 net carbs over my goal. And then calories were at 2,728. That is 445 calories over my goal. So I'm a little disappointed. I didn't get the planning. I'd say the planning was really the root cause of this. So I need to fix that today. But I guess this is a good, bad day. And it may be rationalizing. Maybe it's a true positive perspective. But right now, on days where I'm having a hard time, I'm still around 50 grams of net carbs. I'm under 3,000 calories. So what is a bad day for me right now would have been a pretty good day for me over the last 12 years. So I'm failing in the right direction. This is fixable. I just got to get my lunch fixed. And yesterday I took a day off. I had done several hard days of working out. I'm 54 years old, and it was Memorial Day. So we had my wife and kids and we went. Actually, it's coronavirus right now, so we're limited in what we can do. We're in Illinois, which is one of the hotter spots in the country. So we're limited on what we can do, but we are hoping to move into a condo or house in the fall. So we went and looked at some properties, and enjoyed ourselves, went through the McDonald's drive-through, and although I didn't get anything for myself, and just sat in the parking lot and everyone had a treat, and we just enjoyed a simple outing. So anyway, yesterday was more of a fun day for me. I did a good job of not working, and then also a good job of what was I saying? Oh, I gave myself a day off, a rest day for my workout. So I guess what I'm saying, it was a planned day. It wasn't a give in to not working out day. Okay. All right. Thank you for your patience with me. Sometimes it takes me a moment to get my words out, doesn't it? Okay, let's look at measurements. First, let's look at weight. My weight was up yesterday. I went to 269.6. 9.6. So my calories were a little high. I didn't work out. So, if there's going to be a day my weight goes up, I think it's understandable. Yesterday would produce some more weight today. I would really like to leave the 270s in the rear view mirror for good. 269.6. I'm actually going to go shopping right after this because I do not want to fail at lunch today. So I'm going to go pick up my lunch. So I want to have a pure keto day. I want to be under 29 net carbs, and I want to eat off the conventional keto food list. And then I also want to be under 2,200 net calories. If I do that, it's highly likely my weight will either stay the same or come down a little bit tomorrow. Let's leave the 270s behind in my rear view mirror. Okay, now let's look at glucose. Yesterday I was at 130. And let's see, I'm looking at my numbers. Today I came in at 132. So very similar. I am a little disappointed that's not coming down into the 120s, but I had that chicken, and the coleslaw had sugar in it. The chicken had flour breading. So, what do I expect to happen? The other thing I wanted to share with you is I've done some meditating in the past, and it's been a very positive thing for me. And reaching for a book here. And so I've read some books on meditation, but I subscribed to Gates Notes, Bill Gates' blog, I guess. And he had a reading list for the summer. I really respect Bill Gates on a lot of different levels. I actually met him in the very early 90s when I was in the computer industry. I was in a meeting of about 30 people where he came in to speak. Visited the Microsoft campus then. So that's one of my moments from my 20s that I often recall. But anyway, I really respect Bill Gates. He gave a really strong recommendation to this book on meditation, meditation and mindfulness. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say Andy's last name. I'll have to make a point of getting that. Looks like Puddicombe, but I'm not sure that's correct. But I had been exposed to a little bit of Andy through some of the Headspace stuff that I found on YouTube. Andy, from what I understand, was the founder of Headspace app. And I've always enjoyed what I'd heard of Andy. First of all, he's just kind of a cool guy. aesthetically, he's got a beautiful voice and just a beautiful vibe about his presentation that I really enjoy. I've tried different guided meditations through YouTube and other apps, and a lot of them I find annoying, but I really feel comfortable with his guided meditations. So I decided to start from scratch, read Andy's book. Probably be better to show the cover. Read Andy's book, and then start from just go through their 10 lesson intro to meditation on the app. And then if that goes well, then I'll become a subscriber, which I think is likely. One neat thing, I asked my wife to do it with me, to go through the 10 lessons, and she did it with me. So it's always nice when my wife will do something like that with me. Maybe that's something we can incorporate into our family life. The reason I'm getting into this is you might be saying, Chris, what does meditation have to do with keto? Well, it's this. Many of us who overeat, of course, while I'm doing this, they're mowing the grass right outside my window. But many of us who overeat eat to cover our emotions, and it works for me, man. I hate doing paperwork. So I'm a special education teacher and have to do a lot of paperwork. So if I have a heavy paperwork night, I might have a box of fried chicken, a pint of ice cream, or a pizza, and I'll literally eat my way through doing paperwork. And it works. It shifts my emotional state. It reduces my frustration and stress. It's like a drug. I can manage my emotions by eating types of food. It's not a permanent relief, but it gives me, a respite from anxiety, frustration, a racing mind. And I have a very, very active, busy, crowded head. So, but the problem is, even though eating over my various feelings does work in the sense of enabling me to get through the day or get through something I don't like, it has some brutal side effects: diabetes, high blood pressure, fatty liver, and then physically, and being obese. I'm essentially 270 pounds right now, 5'11". So you just can't do the things you want to do at 270 pounds, especially my kids. But it's not just kids, though. It's me too. I like to be active. So I've got to find a way to deal with my out of control mind. So there's thousands of years of evidence that mindfulness, meditation can help you retrain your mind, manage your mind, develop your mind in a positive direction. So as part of this keto journey, which is ultimately a health and happiness journey, I'm going to experiment with some meditation and see if that helps me with some of the cravings and gives me an alternative way to deal with this right here. Everything comes down to, almost everything comes down to what's going on inside here. And also here. It's not just racing thoughts. Those racing thoughts produce emotions. Emotions produce racing thoughts. So it's not just headspace, it's also heart space. So feel free, if you're interested in this kind of thing. I'll probably refer to the book over in some of my upcoming YouTube presentations here. So if you're interested, maybe pick up the book, or there's a 2-week free subscription. Just be sure if you don't like it to cancel, or you'll get charged after that, but check out the app. He's also got some free stuff on YouTube. You can go over there as well under Headspace. Okay, there you go. I've always got a lot to say, don't I? Well, if you made it to the end, I really like you. So have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow.